Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brickformula review of LEGO set 7946, King's Castle. It has 933 pieces for ages 7 to 14, and it's from the Kingdom series, and this set retails for $99.99. And I would like to give a shout out to Nervous Reaper, Nutty Madison, and the Lego Kid 111000. They are the subscribers who had requested that I review this set, so everyone check out their channels. And moving forward, here in the front we see a really awesome looking picture of the castle. In fact, it looks really big, and that's because they have this part here kind of disconnected and kind of slanted towards this way, so it looks a lot bigger. Here on the side are all of the minifigures, more on that later. And here in the back we see a lot of the cool features, but the coolest feature of all is the fact that you can take it apart into modules and rebuild it into your own custom design. I think that's really neat, and I'll talk about this set in more detail coming up. Here are the minifigures, and first up is the king. And I gotta say, out of all the kings I've seen, this one's the best looking one so far. He's got a big shield, a big chrome golden sword over there. Same thing with the crown. He's available in other sets too, such as the King's Carriage and the Kingdom's Joust. But only in this set will you see him with this particular armor and this particular printed torso too. And as you can see underneath the armor, he's wearing a lot of clothing over there. That means if he's going into battle, he's going to be sweating for sure. And just think, this is before the underarm deodorant got popular. So we have one smelly king over here. And here's the King's My Little Pony. It's pretty neat too. And as you can see on the sides here, we have these clippings, and you can use that to hold the king's sword. And I just want to point out that when you do that, you should just have it holding upward, because when you have it down, it actually goes past the horse's legs. So I just want to point that out. Next are the two lion knights over here, or perhaps the royal guard. And they have the same uniform. There's the front, and there's the back. They have the same helmets, only their faces are different. This guy looks like he's been here for a while. This guy is somewhat new, but don't worry, in a few weeks he's going to look just like that too. And they're both carrying these really big spears. Now if you find them to be a little too clumsy, you do get an extra 2 swords, a spear, and a mace. So they're pretty well geared. You also get 2 archers, also in the same uniform, and different faces. Here we go. It looks like we have another newbie and a vet. This guy looks a little trigger happy. This guy looks like he's just happy. And there's the back. And just so you can get a better idea of the back printing, there it is. Now we have the archer for the Dragon Knights. And this guy looks like he's getting ready for his last stand. Look at him. He looks a little crazy there. Personally, if I was an archer like that, I wouldn't wear this kind of helmet, because if you don't put it on right, it covers one of your eyes, and you're not very effective at aiming. So if you're going to do your last stand, just show your face. This way your enemy knows you mean business. Next is the Dragon Knight's Spearman, and he looks like a pretty seasoned warrior too. Now you'll probably notice that most of the Dragon Knight's armor are in a dark gunmetal chrome color, which is really cool. Same thing with his spear. And this is the kind of guy who will stay all the way in the back so that he doesn't get hurt. So this guy's a coward. We don't want them here. And finally, we have the real Dragon Knight. Now this guy is wearing a lot of armor, to the point that I think he's afraid of getting hurt too. I mean, seriously, he is just well protected. You can only see his eyes in there through that thick helmet of his. And here's what it looks like. Better not call him a chicken. And here's his armor. It's really cool. It's actually in a chrome gunmetal color too. And here is his armor and printing. And some minor printing there on the legs. Really nice overall. Finally, here's the King's Castle. And as you can see, this thing looks really spectacular. This is arguably one of my most favorite castles all around. And it's mainly because it's really cool and it's flexible too. It's actually built in a modular style, and it's because of that that you can actually have a lot of fun with this thing and design it any way you like too. What you see here is actually what you build through the instruction book, but you can always take these parts apart and build your own castle, which I'll show you guys later on. And for now, here it is all around. Over here we have a tower. At first I thought it was a princess tower, but it's actually the throne room. And what's really cool about that is that they designed the throne so that you can put the king in there with his cape on. I actually thought you had to take the cape off, and there he is. See that? Looks pretty good. And down here we have a treasure chest, and inside we have 4 jewels in multicolor, and the other 2 are stuck. Red, yellow, green, and blue. Over here is a panel that you can rip out to free your prisoners, which is pretty handy for the Dragon Knights. So there's actually no point in locking up anybody over there. This tower is pretty hollow, but we have the biggest catapult over here. What's funny is that you can have a direct aim at the king, so if he raises taxes on you, you know what to do. Just give it to him. And we also have 2 smaller catapults on the smaller towers over here and there. And now let's take a look at the inside. Now the castle can be split up into 8 different modules, and we'll take a look at the front gate first because you get to build it first. And what's really cool about this is that you have a moat here that you can close using this lever over here, and that will bring it up, but it won't stay up. That's why on the back here we have this lever here that you can pull down, and that'll hold it in place, which is really neat. And just let go of that to bring down the moat. And in the back here we do have a minor floor here. You have a cup there, so you can play with that area if you want, even though it's a little bit limited. And over here we have this knob that you can turn to bring up the gate in the back here, and that's how that mechanism works. And once that's up to your desired level, you can use this to push in there, and it'll hold the gate up for you. See that? It's really neat. And then you just let go of that to bring the gate down. I think that's really cool. And then in the front here we have these 2 torches here. I think these torches actually add a really nice detailed touch to the entire castle. You actually get 12 torches all together. You'll see them around the doors, the gate, and on top of the towers too. So it's really cool. And here it is going up. Here's how much space you have on the top there. It's not much, but it's plenty for your archers. And there we go. Next you get to build these 2 little mini towers, and they're both built exactly the same way except for this part right here. And here's what they look like on the inside. It's actually pretty hollow. See that? And you get 2 little pieces for each catapult as ammunition. And there you go, it's pretty basic. Following that, you get to build these 2 identical walls, and then after you're done with that, you just fill it up with these little minor furniture. You have a barrel to hold some weapons. Over here you have some biscuits for the horse, or maybe the prisoner. Yes, I know, they share the same food. It's a little degrading, but that's how that was back in the day. Over here we have a spot for your mace and your extra sword there. And finally, to show you guys these 2 towers over here, the bottom floor is actually pretty hollow, and there it is. This we can see. And lastly, we have this wall here that connects the 2 of them, and that's where we have the prison. And there's plenty of space inside. You can probably squeeze all 3 Dragon Knights in there, assuming things do not work out for them at all. And this staircase here can also be removed, just like that. And you can attach this to just about any other module in this set, including the other walls. Well, except for the towers, of course. But there we go. And now for the recommendations. Overall, this is a really good set. We're looking at 10.7 cents a piece, and that value is really good considering there's a lot of large parts in the set here, especially with the gate here and these walls here. So it's a pretty good deal. And play value, it has pretty much everything you need in a castle. It has a prison, a tower, and catapults. I mean, you name it, it's got it. And plus, being as modular, you can design it any way you like. Let me show you a few examples real quick. So in the end, this is a really good set, and I especially love the fact that it's in a modular style. That means you can expand it, whether you want to customize your own work, or just get another one of these and put it together. Or you can do what I did, and I got the Kingdom's Joust set, which is right here, and that'll be in my next review. And this way you can see that connected to this one somehow, and there's plenty to look forward to here. And for now, that's it. That sums up my review. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.